I still don't know how long he'd been in that room, listening to us laugh like everything was normal. I was 15, first real babysitting job, family friends, safe house, safe street, that's what everyone said. Before they left, Mark showed me the back door, 2 locks. He tapped them like it mattered. "Both," he said. Calm voice, serious eyes. I nodded like I understood. Charlie was 5, sweet kid, big eyes. We played games, ate mac and cheese, laughed at the TV. Upstairs felt different. The hallway was too quiet. His room was at the end, nightlight glowing soft yellow. I tucked him in, left his door cracked, and went to the guest room to watch TV on the unused bed. 40 minutes later, I heard soft footsteps, bare feet on carpet, slow. Charlie stood in the doorway clutching a stuffed animal like a life jacket. He didn't look sleepy. He looked hunted. He whispered my name and said he heard scratching in his closet. I did the normal thing, told him there were no monsters, but my body didn't believe my mouth. I turned on the overhead light and opened the closet. Just clothes, bins, nothing moving. I shut the closet and tucked him back in. He nodded, but it wasn't relief. It was bargaining. 15 minutes later, he came back, faster, more upset. The closet door moved. When we reached his room, the closet was open. One panel slid all the way to the side. I stared at it, trying to rewrite reality. I knew I'd closed it. The track didn't feel loose. I shut it again. The hallway suddenly felt longer, like there was space behind me I couldn't see. 10 minutes later, Charlie called out, not screaming, just scared enough to break the rule about being quiet. I stepped into his room. He was crying. He didn't speak. He just pointed to the corner. For a second, my brain refused to name what I saw. Then I saw shoes, a shoulder, eyes. A person was crouched behind the hamper, folded into the corner, trying to be smaller than the room. My body didn't scream. My body moved. I grabbed Charlie and backed to the door without looking away. The man didn't move at first, like stillness could make him invisible, like if he didn't breathe, we'd forget. I ran into the guest room, slammed the door, locked it, and shoved a chair under the handle with shaking hands. I called 911. "There's a man in the house," I said. My voice didn't sound like mine. I expected the doorknob to turn, expected the door to thump, but there was only silence and Charlie's tiny breaths. Then I heard sirens faint at first, getting closer, the most beautiful sound I'd ever heard. Police knocked upstairs and said my name through the door. They swept the house. No one was there. But the front door was wide open, like the house had been exhaling into the night. Mark checked the back door deadbolt, unlocked. He asked if I'd locked both. I admitted I'd only locked one. No yelling, just that quiet look that said he'd been afraid this could happen and didn't want to say it. Later, when everything finally slowed down, I kept thinking about Charlie's first words, Chris. He heard it first, the scratching, the closet, the movement, and I told him monsters weren't real. If he hadn't come to get me, if he tried to be brave, I don't like finishing that sentence. I never babysat again, not because I didn't like kids, because I learned something at 15. Sometimes a child says there's something in my room, and they're not talking about a monster. They're talking about a person,